24 of Jack Sprague.
You know what I love as a driver? You're driving down on the inside. You're in that 2 car. You're leading the race. Jay Sauter. And everything's going fine. You think you're in the right place, doing a good job. All of a sudden, a bunch of cars go by you on the outside.
And you're still wide open.
Say, roll, what?
Whoa, trouble.
Boy,
the 2 car upside down, over and on to Scott Riggs. It's the big one.
Oh, boy. Who is that still flipping?
Sauter. It was Johnny Sauter.
There's not anybody left.
I mean, I only see about 4 or 5 cars that are coming around through 3 and 4 right now that were not in this race. They see Mike McLaughlin in 18. They're still getting upside down. People, cars driving under cars. There has to be 25 cars over there.
Comes Michael Waltrip. Damaged. Lyndon Ames.
Here comes
Scott Riggs, last week's winner.
Here comes our leader, Stacy Compton.
Jason Keller. Kenny Wallace.
Kevin Grubb, who has come from 38th up to the top 5.
Toggle down with damage.
A bit of damage
little
over
damage, not much.
Jeff Purvis.
Drivers climbing out. There is Ron Hornaday.
Look at that
going over toward Jamie McMurray.
Shane Mill in the 47 car.
Youngest driver in the race.
Joe
Nemechek wrecked.
What a mess.
On top of him, kind of reminiscent of a big Daytona wreck. Tony Stewart and Bobby Labonte ended up that way.
I don't know. Time here, and back in the 70s, Tiny Lund was in it, a lot of other guys. And
23 cars, that
23
one, I think.
cars, yeah.
Jimmy Spencer, mangled nose damage.
The problem we have with the racing at Daytona and Talladega is this. You cannot have a single or even a couple of car incident. You run 43 cars on top of each other, you're going to have
coming out. He's okay. Watch the 2 car.
Cause this.
Oh, Meal got into Riggs.
It looked like Riggs had to maybe back out of the throttle a little bit because Kenny Wallace's car washed up as they come off the exit of turn 2 right there, the 48 car. Right here, this is turn 2. Kenny Wallace, the 48 car right there.
Oh, I don't know. It looked like Shane Meal possibly just got into the back of the 10 car.
The 47 car, yeah.
Yeah, got into Riggs. Look at that 2 flipping. Looks like Rusty Wallace's flip in the number 2 Winston Cup car here not many years ago.
And when they hit the grass, it even tumbled more. There's Randy LaJoy. Greg Biffle.
Oh, Biffle.
There's
Jay Sauter.
Kerry Earnhardt.
There's everybody. Jack
Sprague, our point leader.
And the track's completely
Tim Sauter.
blocked.
All the Sauters.
I think we did the right thing by saying who wasn't in it.
And because the track threw on the back stretch.
It appears to me maybe 10 or 12 cars is all that's left. Boy, that 2 car went over big time and then gets hit, tumbles. That car's, look at that thing, Larry. It's turning every which way.
And then the 21.
And then he gets in the grass. Watch this.
Shot across.
Gets hit again.
Johnny Sauter, number 2, out of his car and okay.
Amazing.
There's Riggs sideways, and he was pretty close up to the wall, Darrell. I guess you don't know if he lost his momentum in his forward bite or if Meal just got into him.
Yeah,
there's no way to tell.
Say. You come off that corner and you can get a really run on a guy in front of you, and you think something happened to him, even though maybe it didn't.
And I stand corrected. It did not look like Kenny Wallace's car moved up the racetrack from that shot right there
I think
at all.
the 47 got into the back of the 10 for whatever reason.
You like lucky numbers? 13 cars made it back to the start-finish line.
2 can remember had a big wreck off of turn 2. They always seem to happen off of turn 2, the big ones.
Wow. Looking out of Linda Namath's car.
Michael Waltrip. Kenny Wallace.
What a mess.
Where this started. There's Randy LaJoy. He's okay.
Jamie McMurray, the 27.
Scott Riggs.
About $500 million worth of race cars.
Ron Hornaday. Now, because we're under a red flag condition, any of these cars that do make it back cannot be worked on. There's the 44 Mike Hart. We're under a caution for a wreck on the back straightaway, triggered by Shane Meal's contact with Scott Riggs, and it ends up in and right to the dumpster. Scott Wimmers, maybe one of them. Greg Biffles. And look at Johnny Saunders, the car that tumbled down the back straightaway.